Hello Aquarius, I'm Jenny Fitterer and welcome to your February Tarotscope. And happy birthday to all of you who have your birthdays in February. So the first 2/3 of the month is of course Aquarius season, and then we will be rolling over into Pisces towards the end of the month. I do have a little bit of a cold, so if I'm kind of sniffling or a little froggy, bear with me. But I have a single card for you, Aquarius, and your card is the Three of Wands. So this is the way he looks, the right way up. We have this man or this figure here, and he's standing on, looks like on the shore, and he's looking away at this boat, the ship. Don't know if it's coming towards him or leaving. He's also got these staffs here matching the three masts. He's also got some butterflies on his back. And then here we have the shape of a female figure kind of reaching, maybe reaching towards him, maybe pushing him away, kind of hard to tell. And that's what is coming up there. So I'm just going to see what Three of Wands has to say for you this month. Okay, Three of Wands. Prudence. The human longing for distant shores shows up on this card in several forms. The big ship symbolizes wanderlust, the spirit of adventure, and the yearning for faraway places. The female silhouette does not represent any particular woman, but women in general, the mother archetype or the feminine principle. Many philosophers have described the ocean as the eternally feminine, the source and aim of all our striving. The female silhouette and the ship hint at opposing desires, the longing for closeness and the desire for remoteness, for home and abroad, arrival and departure. This requires a lot of practical experience and individual metamorphoses. Personal advances, represented by the butterflies, unite instincts and actions, symbolized by wands and ship, patiently and serenely, the shadowy woman and the ocean, in such a way that one does not take precedence over the other. What's so special about this image is the way that the woman and the ship are connected. Even the greatest of undertakings are based on aspects close to hand, namely in personal relationships. It is contact with others that gives us the energy and the fuel to go forth into the farthest corners of the earth. Practical advice. Acting half-heartedly is a waste of time. If you put all your effort and all your power into something, you will succeed. Become clear what it is that you want to achieve and which personal and emotional needs are related to your most important goals. Deliberate action is the key to passion as distinguished from mere enthusiasm. Be aware of what you are doing. Okay, so this card in general kind of has a lot of element of choice to it. And so that gives a lot of agency to you, but also responsibility. So anytime we're faced with a choice, and in this, we're sort of seeing this choice of, does this person want to be going away on this adventure, or is this person staying put and watching adventure kind of sail away and instead staying in a more grounded location? Same in this relationship here. Is there this beckoning, or is this a no? Like this person is faced with some choices. Or at least feeling, I don't want to say conflicting desires, but sort of these different kinds of feelings inside of what is it that I really want to do? This question of, what am I about? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What is it that I want to do? And it's showing that both of these options are ahead of you. So, and if all options are open to you, sometimes our choices are easy to be made because the options close down and we're narrowed and we only have one or two things we can do. But when we have a lot greater array of choices, that's often when things get more complicated, because you actually have to be in touch with what you truly want to be doing at this time, or what you're truly feeling. So, and it can be hard to know what we're feeling, you know. We can have, or what of our feelings are really tied to our true desires and our will and what we actually are going to act on. And then there's not just knowing what you want, but there's the next step, which is actually taking action on it. So even this last little sentence here of deliberate action is the key to passion as distinguished from mere enthusiasm. It's very easy to want things. Well, sometimes. For some of us, it's very easy to want things. Some of us, it's very hard to know what we want. But even once we figure out what we want, some people just leave it at that. Oh, okay, I want this, but you know how things are. If it happens, it happens. You know, I'm open to it, or I'd really like that, or I wish that. And it's all very passive. It's acknowledging that I have a desire, but not tying it to any particular action. Not actually making goals about it. Just sort of like, if it happens, it happens. And that's very often a way to protect ourselves, which is, if I don't try, I'm not going to be disappointed if I don't get it. This feeling of, what if I actually set a goal and I fail? That's even scarier than or it feels like it's scarier than just, oh, if it happens, it's okay, I'm not really that connected to it, and kind of letting those desires just kind of fizzle out. So this is really, not only is it saying that deliberate action is the key to passion, but the way to action is courage. The thing that's actually going to get you to act on the thing that you desire. Courage is what's going to spur you on. And this is the suit of wands here. And wands is, it's not emotions, it's not, oh, I feel this, it's not the mind of, oh, I think this is a good idea. This is really bringing in this concept of will, because wands is fire energy, and that's about willpower, intuition. And so it's that gut feeling, and it's not just the gut feeling of, oh, this is where I'm feeling the pull, but it's also then what's going to give you the strength and the courage to actually move forward and take action. So what this is really showing, Aquarius, is that this month you probably actually have a few more options and things available to you, but you really need to get clear on what it is that you are, what the desire is, what the longing is for. Is this a stay? Is this a, yeah, you've got something you're really working hard on and you really want to build into, and then all these options come up that maybe will distract you or be other opportunities, but they're tangential. And you might be deciding, no, actually where I am is really what I want to be. I'm finally able to get some traction. I finally want to get some work done. And all these other options are really nice and awesome, but they're just not that important right now. I really want to focus on this. Or it could be the opposite. It could be, yeah, I'm in the space and suddenly these other opportunities are coming, and that might be like, oh, okay, like it's kind of scary. I kind of know what I'm doing over here, and these would be new things, kind of uncharted. I don't know, but like I'm really interested in it, but I'm a little bit nervous. Then that might be, okay, well, the action is, yeah, I actually want to step out of my comfort zone and I really want to move towards that which I value. The choices themselves are neutral, really. Like, you can do whatever you want, or you can make the choices. When I say you can do whatever I want, I don't mean that every path is always open to you. We don't always have absolute privilege and power to do things, but you have the choice. You can always, whatever the choices are in front of you, there's no like giant hand of judgment saying, oh, you made the wrong choice. They're all just different paths. You do have the agency of choice. You just want to be connected to make sure that that's the right choice for you, and then have the willpower and the courage to act on it. So this first 2/3 of the month, this is your birthday season for a lot of you. You've either just had your birthday or you're having your birthday this month. So this is always a really just natural time to be really reflective. How's the last year been? What are my goals and values? How may they have changed? What have I maybe already accomplished and ticked off that maybe I need to kind of let go now and move on to other things? Like, what am I looking for this year ahead? This is a really great card of this, like, he's not already jumping automatically into adventure. It's not like new year, new you, like I have to throw everything away because it's a new birthday. It really is just take time, take the prudence to consider before you take action really what it is that you want this year, this month, for yourself. And then you get to try to muster up some things and see about maybe acting on it. After Aquarius season, so towards the end of the month, we're going to be into Pisces season. And Pisces season, one of the elements of Pisces is dreaming, fantasy. It's really about not being so bogged down about what's really obviously possible or what's already practically tangible, but it's like, if I had a magic wand and I could get anything I really wanted, what would that be? And Pisces is all about dreaming about that. That doesn't mean that you're actually going to get the fantasy. Oftentimes fantasy is not what we should have, but it's the guiding light. It's this star that says, this is what I'm aiming for. And even if I don't get it, because maybe that's actually impractical and I can't get it, or to get it, wouldn't really be helpful for other people, but it shows me something about what my heart and soul vision is. And that's enough to set a guiding star by, okay? So Pisces season is a really, really great time to really feel into kind of the emotions and a bit of the magic of what is it that you really, really want? If all rules were taken away, if you didn't, back to a kid where we weren't being told like, that's not practical, that's too expensive, before we learned the structure of the rules of the world, we could just have these big dreams of what we want. And if we lose sight of those dreams, we often lose sight of like that little bit of us that really speaks to our desires kind of dies. And it's fine to bring, once we land into our dream, our adult practical side can come in and say, okay, now what's actually tangible? How can I actually move towards a version of that I can achieve? That's fine. That comes later. Don't bring in that to the dream stage quite yet. Get connected to that vision and that dream, and then we can sort out the details as we go. But we want to let that dream really fuel us first. So yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing here for this month, is really landing into that vision of like, okay, like where have I been? What am I interested in? Doing your year-end review for your new kind of trip around the sun, and then really going even bigger with that and more fantastical, and thinking that magical thinking of what could I have, what could I do if kind of all the rules were off, and then just landing into that, whatever that is for you. And then that excitement may lend you the courage to actually take action one way or another. And then when you're in action, you can troubleshoot and see what's actually practical and feasible. But you don't, troubleshooting before you've even started, you don't even know what the troubles are to troubleshoot yet. So that's what I've got for you, Aquarius. Connect to that dream and vision, and then really find the courage and the willpower to take action on it. Okay, Aquarius, happy birthday to you all. If you are wanting a little bit of extra support, the Pay What You Can Aquarius season forecast is up on my YouTube page. This is obviously going to be super relevant for you in particular with your birthdays. There's a lot of really nice information on there, especially the fact that we're finally out of retrograde season. All of our planets are moving forward, which is such a nice energy for you with your birthday to like jump on and really like get a start on. So I think it would be a really, really helpful video for you. I appreciate all of the donations. They really do help me keep making this content. So do check that one out, and then I will see you next month. Take care, Aquarius.